Today, I am one giant nerd because I'm going to be talking about how Capcom is killing it. Also, footage shown for games are going to be on the Switch 2 version and only the beginning areas, so there'll be no spoilers. 2026 will not just be known as the first full year the Switch 2 has been on the market. A title even better, even more fitting for 2026 is the year of GTA 6. But Capcom will get the half year of Capcom. So far in the year, I see a handful of contenders for Game of the Year, two being Capcom's Resident Evil 9 and Pragmata. Two games that came out in the first half of the year that gives me faith for the gaming industry. Now before we deep dive into this company's big hits this year, let's dive into what they released. Monster Hunter Stories 3 and Mega Man Star Force Collection. Not only did we get a good collection of DS Mega Man games, but a Monster Hunter JRPG. I haven't played Stories 3 yet. I did try to and enjoyed it, but never beat it. However, my problem with the first part was the lack of story. I wish there was more of it as the focus in the beginning, but Stories 3 seems to fix just that and add more story. And it was reviewed quite well. Now, it is quite obvious Mega Man is not the series it used to be, but repackaging these older games is breathing new life into the series, and we already know Dual Override is coming out in 2027. Out of all the major Capcom releases, this title definitely seems to be getting sidelined. Not because of its quality, but because of the sheer quantity that's coming out this year. I have to give Capcom credit for giving us most of the backlog from this franchise, and can't wait to play the Star Force Collection when I get to it, because Monster Hunter Stories 3 and Mega Man Star Force Collection both came out in between Resident Evil 9 and Pragmata. Capcom, let me breathe. I'm dying here. Leon, here I come. It's time to talk about Capcom's big kahuna. Now, I was very impressed how it was announced that Requiem was releasing day and date to Switch 2 and all other major platforms. I was very wary of how it would turn out, but after seeing more footage, I bought the Generation Pack of Requiem, which also included Resident Evil 7 and 8, which also came out on Nintendo's platform the same day as 9. Obviously, Resident Evil 9 runs and looks better on other consoles, but this port is insanely impressive. It runs pretty decent and looks great for a handheld. This is the game that shows the potential for the little system that could. You will not be missing out playing on Switch 2. I ended up 100%ing the game, and I would do it all over again on the Switch 2. The idea of merging Leon's action gameplay with the gameplay of Resident Evil 7 seemed like a gamble, but thankfully it paid off because it worked. I did think the best part of the game was with Grace, but I still much enjoyed the second part of the game. One thought that always was passing through my head when playing Requiem was, what kind of witchcraft is this? How does this game run on this thing? What kind of deal did they make with the devil to get this game to work on this device? Surely Capcom wouldn't make a deal to get this game to run on this thing. Then I played Pragmata. I feel Resident Evil Requiem is more impressive, but for Pragmata to have a Switch 2 version out of nowhere and release day and date is insane. Yep, it's definitely witchcraft. That's what the RE engine is. Now, the reason it's such a big deal for these games running well is because it means other companies need to step it up. These are probably the best Switch 2 ports next to Cyberpunk, and I hope we see big games releasing the same day just like these. I enjoyed the trailers for Pragmata, but was curious how the gameplay would feel. Until the day Capcom released Pragmata Sketchbook, it was a free demo that instantly sold me on the gameplay loop. Hack, shoot, repeat. Sounds repetitive, but I was 100% confident the main game would put more depth into this formula. Oh boy, I was right. The mechanics pile into each other at a steady pace, allowing for fun customization and intense action. Now, I haven't finished the story, but so far it's got its hooks in me because the story nails the most important part, the relationship of Hugh and Diana. The entire story is on the shoulder of this Monsters Inc. dynamic. I had described the relationship by comparing it to one of my favorite Pixar movies, and was told by a friend that they saw another post describing it this exact same way. There's no better way to describe it. Now let's hope for a good ending, but I haven't heard that the ending got derailed. and heard of only positive things, so if the ending was derailed, I'm sure we would have heard about it. Can't wait to see where the story goes. Capcom showed up in 2026, and I don't see how they could do any better. Out of all the major third-party companies on Switch 2, they take the crown. Ever since Resident Evil Biohazard, Capcom has been delivering above and beyond, but when we thought they couldn't do any better, they said hold my beer and did some witchcraft to make 2026 a year to remember in gaming. The half year of Capcom. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you want to, but before I go, the Nintendo character of the day is Fox McCloud. With watching the most unexpected direct yesterday, I'm sure many fans have thoughts on the new Star Fox. Many people have mixed opinions on 64 being made again, but the reason Fox is the character of the day is because I'm still deciding how his new model looks. It's so uncanny. Don't disappoint me in June.